It is Wednesday, and it is the 15th, so you know what that means.
Doggy, doggy, yum, yum.
Doggy, doggy, yum, yum.
Doggy, doggy, yum, yum.
Get your dog some yum, yum.
Yum, yum, dog, dog. Woof, woof. Wow, wow, wow.
Welcome to this week's episode of... My name is Fraser.
My name is Doggy, doggy, yum, yum.
Go on then, do explain.
Fraser was telling me about his dog eating some doggy ice cream, so I searched puppy ice cream, and Doggy Doggy Yum Yum is a brand, and I kind of want to get some now to see what it's like.
Well, I wouldn't recommend you trying it. I recommend
I don't
trying
like,
it.
It says peanut butter and banana. I don't like peanut butter.
Oh.
I'm fine with the banana part, but the peanut butter...
That sounds like an awful combination.
It does, but it's a dog, isn't it? So a dog really doesn't care.
The doggy goes yum yum.
Yeah, to be fair.
What about you, Kai? How are you doing? Are you going yum yum at the moment?
Yeah, I just had a Greg's.
Oh my god, you are going yum yum.
I was doing a yum yum. Not a doggy doggy yum yum, but a kai kai yum yum.
Kai kai yum yum.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a nice yum yum.
It is a nice yum yum. How about you? You having a nice yum yum?
Oh, I haven't had a yum yum in a little while.
Oh, what a yum yum from Greg's.
Oh, I haven't had a yum yum from Greg's in months.
Oh, so
actually,
good,
saying that, my most recent yum yum was from Dummy Yum Yum. I'm pushing this now, aren't I?
Yep.
Yep, right, fuck off, Fraser.
Yep.
How was Thorpe Park then, Kai? Because you went to Thorpe Park on the weekend in bloody lockdown.
It's not locked down anymore.
It's kind of lockdown.
It's legal though, you know. It's not illegal. You can go and do it. So.
But how was it?
It was actually very good. Me and Sherry went. It was our final day here, so we decided to go and do something for once because there's not really too much to do here unless you want to go about an hour out. And no. So we went, and when we got there, it looked like there was a lot of people, and we thought, but when you actually get in, there's not actually that many people. We got there at like 11, so we were like some of the last people in.
Right.
And they have different queues. They got 2 queues for people with bags, and then one where it's just if you don't have a bag, you go through. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's 2 queues for people with bags. One side I have no idea what it was. The other side was definitely people with bags, but I saw the other side had people with bags, so I think it was people with bags.
Yeah.
And they've got these like yellow spots on the floor, which you are meant to stand on, which is your distance, but hardly anyone followed that.
Oh god.
I say that it's that was designed for the 2 meter thing. Now it's like a meter plus. I think people were just kind of going a meter instead.
I guess as long as there's some like clear distance, then
yeah. There's obvious clear distance. The only thing that was like a weird thing was, kids aren't very good at distancing. If you know what I mean.
Of course, yeah.
And which is expected. And parents don't really try and stop them.
Right.
So I think that's one of the biggest things we took out of it. But otherwise, when you get there, they have this hand gel everywhere. It's really cheap hand gel, you can tell, because it smells awful, it feels awful, but it does the job, obviously.
It's just to tick the box.
Yeah,
right,
it does the job. They take your temperature as well on the way in. So if you're 38 degrees or over, you're not allowed in.
Oh, you bloody hope so. I don't think I'd want to go to a theme park if I was 38 degrees temperature. I'd be feeling like ass.
36, 37 is the default temperature for a person.
Yeah.
So if you're 38, that kind of suggests you might be off.
I feel awful at 38. The last time I felt 38 was I went to the doctors, and I think it was for tonsillitis or something.
Nice.
And not nice. It was horrible.
No,
the doctor said to me
nice.
It's the worst case of tonsillitis she's ever seen.
No.
That's how bad it was. And then I'm pretty sure it was for tonsillitis anyway. And then I started feeling really hot and faint, and I said to her, do you mind if I could get a cup of water, please? Feeling really dizzy all of a sudden. So then she went to get me a cup of water, and then she took my temperature, and it was like 38.4.
Yeah.
And that was a spontaneous wave of heat. Like, after a few minutes, I was okay. But it was just all of a sudden, massive wave of heat at 38.4.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, I felt awful. I don't know why anyone wants to go to Thorpe Park feeling over 38 degrees. Let's put it that way.
I guess sometimes you don't really know, you know?
If you don't know, there's definitely something wrong, that's for sure.
True. I guess like it's the difference of 1 degree, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if you're 37, you're fine. If you're 38, it's
makes all the difference, that's for sure.
I think I was 36, so I was fine. So that's a good start at least. They take everyone's temperature on the way in. So if you, which is like one of the biggest signs, your temperature, obviously.
Yeah.
So anyone that was over got sent away, which was great.
Did you see anyone get sent? Oh no, you were the last people.
No, but I did see people walking away from the park, so I guess it could have been.
All right.
But I'm not 100% certain, to be honest.
What happens with your tickets if you're sent away?
Well, I guess you'll get like some form of reimbursement.
Right.
But who knows? But otherwise, it was actually pretty good.
Nice.
Every half hour they clean the rides, and they send them off like when they're like without people in them, and then it comes back round, and then you're allowed on. If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
And what else? Me and Sherry got quite unlucky because I say unlucky. We probably got quite lucky, to be fair. Every time that we got to the front of the queue, they decided to clean the rides.
Brilliant. Well, I guess at least you know it's going to be safe.
Yeah, and I mean it's quite weird because like, have you been to Thorpe Park?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, you know when like you're at a certain distance and whatnot, it says like you'll be 60 minutes, for example.
Oh, the queue time at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you go in, it says like 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Obviously, because they've got the social distancing in and whatnot, the queue time's obviously different. So
it said like 60 minutes, but it's actually like 20 or 30 minutes.
Well, kind of. Some rides were true, some were very false. We went on to we had Soar to start off with, and that was about an hour. And generally, when you have an hour to line up, it's like you're a lot further back in the line.
Yeah.
But obviously, because it's social distance and whatnot, you're actually you're nearer the middle of the line rather than near the back. I know someone went today, and the line actually went outside of the line.
Oh gosh.
So it's quite like, and we went on Saturday, so you know, I met someone there as well.
What do you mean? What, like
someone
a friend,
came up
or?
and someone came up and said, "Excuse me, are you Kai?" So shout out to you. We had a nice quick photo. And then we tried to find them again because they wouldn't let us on the rapids because you had to have 4 people. So
no.
We wanted to try and find them again and say, hey, do you want to go on the rapids with us? Because there was 2 of them and then like us 2 as well. And it was like, oh, we could have gone like on the rapids with that, but they wouldn't let us. So
brilliant.
We couldn't find them again ever throughout the day. So it's quite sad. But we went onto the Swarm as well, yeah. And the weird thing with that is the line said 65 minutes, and we were like, all right, it's the shortest line there is at the moment. Let's go on it, because I think the longest one was like 100.
Right.
So we went on that. The queue took us about 10 minutes, maybe 20 most.
God, that's amazing.
Yeah, and you put your bags to the side of the ride rather than in the bag deposit thing on that ride. I don't know why. It's just for that one, but
right. Do they still have the ride backwards part of Swan?
I think maybe.
There's one row at the very back where you can ride the
row.
entire Swan backwards.
I don't know, actually. I didn't really pay attention to that. I don't think so, though. I think they might have turned it back round for now.
No.
Only for now, probably. I reckon they'll probably put it back.
That was amazing. That was my favourite part of the Swarm, because you literally don't know what's coming around the corner. You're still going on the exact same path, but because you're going backwards, you can't see what's coming up ahead and what to expect. So it's like all of a sudden you're upside down, and all of a sudden you're violently twisting.
Me and Sherry were on the front of the Swarm.
Oh, nice.
And it's quite funny because she doesn't like the part right at the beginning where it like turns like
it twists upside down and then drops down suddenly, doesn't it?
She doesn't like that part that much, so it's quite funny listening to her on that part.
Do you have to wear your masks on the ride as well?
Yeah.
So, like, if you're screaming
Except
and
for
shouting...
water ones.
Right.
Because I think that's obviously because it gets wet.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to keep them on. I'm saying that now. It's very hard to keep your mask on.
I can imagine.
Because the force of, like, the ride and whatnot, and the wind at you and whatever else, your mask tends to try and flop down. And if you're opening your mouth, your mask will flop down as well, you know?
Yeah.
And there was a case when we went on stealth twice because it broke, and everyone left the queue, so we went to the front, basically, of the queue, after queuing up for like an hour, and it broke for probably about half hour or so, maybe 40 minutes, so we just stayed there because we knew it'd be back up. And
Stealth is that one where it shoots up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
60 mile an hour and like 0 to
80.
Yeah, not 80 miles an hour in like 2 seconds or something like that.
Yeah,
that's it.
So we went on that twice because it broke. Everyone in the queue left afterward, like as soon as they said it broke. So we were at the front. We waited for it. We got on eventually after like half hour, 40 minutes, and then looked back at the queue and there was like, I don't know, probably a 10-minute queue max. So we went back into it. Fair
enough, may as well.
And that's the hardest one to keep your mask on. That's the only one where both of our masks actually went down off our face. Just because the speed, I'm guessing, and the force of it.
Yeah.
But like you pick it back up and put it back on your face during said ride. So.
And your one's like that leather one as well, isn't it? That's the one you got from Insomnia. Was that leather?
No,
it's not felt, is it?
It's. I'm trying to think.
It's definitely not a felt one.
It's one like this. I don't know what material.
How would you describe it?
I don't know. It's one like that. What kind of material is that?
Vinyl-y one?
Yeah, maybe. You know, like those anime ones and whatnot, for everyone that's listening.
I saw you had the one with a zip across it.
I did. I wore that one.
Oh, right.
No, everyone's mask tries to fly off during the rides.
Right, yeah.
So it's hard to keep them on. And there was a few occasions where you could just see a mask somewhere on the ground or something like that from the rides where someone's obviously lost it. But they sell them there as well.
That's right then. Were they expensive?
I couldn't tell you, but I'm going to guess probably yes.
Oh dear.
But no, overall, really good day.
Nice.
And generally, like, people obeyed social distancing and whatnot, and it was great.
Awesome.
It's a nice bit of normality again, you know? Because after being indoors and doing pretty much nothing except for walking the dog every day and going to, like, the odd town, like, once every month and, like, to Tesco and whatnot, it's really nice just to go and do something.
I'm jealous.
Oh, let's go again.
We will. We will definitely go. I can't drive. I've got no car still.
You can get the train.
I don't want to get the train. Fuck that.
No, I don't blame you.
And then have to travel through London on the underground.
You know what though? If you could drive at the moment, because if you had your car, if you had a car,
yeah.
Driving so easy at the moment. No traffic anywhere. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get to Thorpe Park.
I'd love that.
You remember when we went and it took us about an hour and a half just to get halfway?
Yeah.
So it's so good at the moment just because there's no traffic anywhere. On the way back as well at rush hour on a Saturday, easy, no traffic at all.
Hopefully I'll get a car soon, but the way it's going, I'm still waiting for money. And it's been 4 months.
Yeah, I mean, you're not in a rush either at the moment, I guess, are you?
No, but I just want to close that chapter. I just want to say this whole car crash thing's over and done with now. Now I want to buy a new car. Because I can say buying a new car is a new chapter. Yes, as a side effect or as a consequence of being in the car crash. But at least I can say, well, the whole recovering process, the whole getting the money back, the whole like administration side of it's gone now. The only thing I'll need to do is like get my no claims, if I actually have any left. I don't know anymore. And give that to the new insurance company and just get a new car. Like that's just standard procedure. So, you know, I'd be happier if that was done at this point, like that, and then I could just go find a new car in my own time. But no, I'm still waiting for money. I'm still trying to chase a company. Anyway, so Yeah, but anyway, I'm jealous. I want to go see friends again. I haven't seen friends in ages. It's been too long.
Honestly, it's such a nice feeling to go and
So
see
if you want to come over here, feel free to do so, because I can't go anywhere.
You know what? I might at some point.
Do it.
I just want to go and do things again, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know the virus is still, ooh, it's hello, I'm still here and whatnot, but, I mean, you know, it's just so dull now.
Yeah.
And luckily, generally the cases at the moment are around 500 with the odd day where it's above.
It's a massive decrease,
but
it's still something.
Yeah.
The good thing is, apparently, over the last week, only 7 people got the virus in Bristol.
Mm.
So 7's like a really promising sign for the Southwest.
I think it was shown in the southeast that, like where I am at least in Kent, they put a thing out about like how many people in every 100,000 people get it or something like that.
Yeah,
and I think it was like 0.8. So
that's good.
Apparently it's really difficult to get it here, which surprises me because maybe it's the ocean air. Who knows?
Possibly.
I don't know. No one knows.
I kind of wish. I know the government are like trying to protect trade and stuff and trying to protect the economy, but I kind of wish they introduced measures as tough and as rigorous as New Zealand.
Yeah.
Because that eradicated the virus for them, and it's back, but there's only 24 cases.
It's only back because those 2 people that went out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they were Brits.
Yeah.
But yeah, it eradicated the virus. It didn't exist in New Zealand very recently, and it'd be good if we could get the UK to a point where it doesn't exist, but we're still as tough on borders and stuff. But, you know, it's just everyone's going to be against that. And you can see the positives and negatives for it, but I just want this whole thing to be over and done with.
What we really need to know is something they should have done from day one is also show the recoveries.
Yeah.
Because it's great showing how many people have had it before, but, you know, if... Say at the moment, yesterday apparently there was 820 new cases, which is the highest it's been in probably like 2 weeks.
820, bloody hell.
I mean, like the day before that, it was 512. So, you know, it's not. It's a 300 jump, but it's been around 500 since the 30th of June. So 2 weeks. It's been around 500 or less. And you know, it's great to show there's 820 new cases, and like whatever else. But if they showed recoveries, there could be 820 new cases, but there could be 1,400 recovered, for example.
Right.
You know? Which I guess kind of makes it a bit like everyone's not clear on if we're doing better or not. Just from that. Like, it's obvious we're doing better from less cases, but it's not clear in the sense of there's no data on the recoveries for the UK.
Yeah.
Like, worldwide it says there's 7 million recovered out of 12.9 million. So that's
the US aren't reporting recoveries.
No.
And the US has like one of, if not the highest amount of cases in the world. Yeah. Florida yesterday increased by 15,300 cases in one day.
Mm.
In one day.
Mm-hmm.
Florida is 21,000 cases off of matching the entirety of the UK.
Which they'll probably get tomorrow.
Which is not looking good.
No.
But fingers crossed, things do get better. And
well, it only can. It can't really get too much worse, can it? At this point, I mean, it could, but
well, it could be in the States.
Yeah.
So to everyone that is listening, we hope you are staying safe, and we hope you are doing the right thing and making sure that you're protecting yourself and the people around you.
Like wearing a mask if you can.
Yes, please do. But obviously, we're not going to say, "Oh, you must." It's up to you.
Well, I'm not one to really wear like a mask all the time, but like I'll wear it if it's needed, you know.
You've just got to do what's best for you, and you've got to protect those around you.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving on from coronavirus and stuff.
Doggy yum yum.
Doggy yum yum. Other than that, how was your whole week with Sherry? What else did you get up to?
It was nice actually. We went into Canterbury for a bit.
Yep.
Took the dog for a walk every night.
Nice.
That's about it, really.
Sounds relaxing.
It's just nice to see someone and not do so much, for once.
Yeah.
Like, this weekend was my first weekend having no work at all. Because I did everything for Jack by Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, by Friday afternoon I'd done everything that I needed to do for this week. So I tried to not do anything for myself, just to kind of have a week off for myself as well. Which is really nice. And hopefully this week is a bit more of a comeback to doing things again more.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, but it was nice. It's just nice to see someone again, It's great seeing your family and whatnot. It's good seeing my dad every day and whatnot, but
yeah,
it's nice just to see a friend.
Well, talking of seeing family though, what else has gone on in your life?
I'm seeing me mum on Wednesday.
Oh, hey!
For the first time since New Year.
That is mad.
First time in 6 months, because we were planning to go up there in March.
For those of you that don't know, Kai's mum lives in Scotland.
Yeah.
Whilst obviously Kai lives in southeast England.
Yeah, so it's a good journey.
Yeah.
I was planning on seeing her in March, but that didn't end up happening for the sake of coronavirus kind of outbreak. And now, since lockdown and stuff's kind of been eased, and we're actually allowed to go and do stuff again, she's coming down this way for about for the week, because she's got a week off work.
Nice.
So I'm going to go see her on Wednesday and Thursday.
Very cool.
Yeah, but speaking of very cool, Fraser, you, how was the
What?
How was the pipes?
I don't bloody know what the pipes is.
How was the pipes?
Yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what pipes is.
You're the pipes.
Alright, moving on.
Speaking of very cool, Fraser, you got a video that you released the other day about Sky News.
I did. I think this is the third video that I've uploaded since rebranding as FraserIRL. The first one obviously being the announcement of the channel being rebranded. The second one being, why did I rename my channel to FraserIRL?
Why did you rename your channel to FraserIRL?
The third one, the video that I've been meaning to make for such a long time, but I haven't got round to making, but now I've been able to do it in as much detail as I think is possible. How I got onto Sky News. And it seems everyone really, really enjoyed the video. People said it was informative, and the average watch time was pretty good as well. It was over 50%.
That's good. You know what? I liked the video. I hated the results of it, though.
You hated the what?
I kept getting university applications adverts, and it was so annoying.
Well, maybe it's a sign you need to go to university, see?
I don't want to go to university.
Oh, talking of uni, though, I had a dream last night where I thought I went to uni. I don't know where it was. I think in my head I thought it was Leeds or something. And I had to get there by plane. We landed, and it was in a swamp. And the only way we could get off the plane was by the wing falling off, and we had to walk down the broken wing as a bridge to get over the swamp. And then we went into the university, and I had an existential crisis in a dream. How did I get to this point? Why am I in university? I was perfectly fine with my full-time job and also doing an apprenticeship initially. Why am I all of a sudden going to university and now being locked into a routine of having to do exams and study and all of that? Why have I all of a sudden decided to do this? It was so strange because it felt so real. There were people that I recognised there.
I was there too. I was your teacher.
I didn't go to a class, so you must have been in the after dream.
No.
You were the nightmare.
I was the nightmare.
Welcome to class, Johnny.
Yeah, that was me. I'm glad you remembered it. See,
I told you I remember the nightmare. Nah, anyway, yeah, that was so weird. It was just all of a sudden out of nowhere. I never thought of university. Well, that's a lie. Maybe it was because of the Sky News video thinking about it.
Maybe.
Because obviously that was to do with... That one guy went to university there, and I said, I want to go to university, but then I cut off literally on deadline day. Maybe it's just the thought of that, like, rolling in my head. There was another thing as well that I can't mention on here, but it's to do with a video we're recording. I'll have to tell you about that after. I think, like, everything I did yesterday kind of tied into a dream. And it was so weird.
Makes sense. I've had something very much like that. Actually, I say that on Saturday when I went to sleep. Yeah. I had the feeling that I was still wearing my face mask.
Really?
Yeah, and I kept like going to like take it off, and I was like, it's not there, but I could feel it like on my face. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
So strange.
I had a weird dream though as well. I was actually in a university in Leeds, and it turned out to be a swamp.
Oh, that sounds familiar. I think I was your student.
Well, I was the teacher. Time for class, Johnny.
Fuck's sake.
To be fair, I did have a weird dream though. I can't remember much of it, but I remember Audrey was there.
And there was a swamp and a plane.
There was a swamp, and we were in Leeds.
Alright, yeah, so Audrey was there.
That's about all I remember.
Alright, okay, there you go. Cheers, Audrey.
Thanks for popping up in my dream, Audrey.
I'm jealous, though, of Audrey at the moment, because she's in
the
this
lake.
She's at this really nice lake. See,
Yeah,
this
I
is the
know.
only problem with having, like, some American friends, because generally America's not really on lockdown, so people can still kind of do whatever the hell they want. And Audrey's at this, like, really nice lake where it's really sunny every single day. And, like, I think it's with her family. Like, her family's all going water skiing and all of that. And there's loads of sun, and there's barbecues, and there's, like, people literally cycling from a dock into a river, and like it looks so fun, and I really want to be there, but I also really don't, because I don't want coronavirus.
I want to be there.
I think we should just go.
Yeah.
Not now. Next year. We'll just go
right now. Well, I'm meant to go
on your own.
I'm still meant to go to Orlando in 3 months' time. 3 months today, I'm pretty sure.
My prediction is that's got to be cancelled.
It might be. I don't know. It's still getting paid and whatnot, you know?
Oh my god.
They haven't said it's cancelled or anything, but if it is, the tickets are still valid until September next year.
I'm kind of like, what do you want before I say what I'm going to say? What do you want? Would you rather go? Would you rather not?
Not too fussed at this point.
Fair enough.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's what I'm seeing it as.
I think in my head, I would rather you not go.
You don't want me to die.
Exactly. It's such a weird time to go. Like we went last year, and it was such a fucking fantastic experience. And like I can't imagine going back whilst there's a massive global pandemic, being forced to wear masks, being forced to basically do what you were doing in Thorpe Park, but on a times 10 scale.
Yeah.
In a state which had 15,300 new cases yesterday.
I think what I might do is, if it doesn't happen, I might see if a bunch of people would like to go on a nice holiday to somewhere in Europe, to a villa. Because then we clean it, we do everything we need for it, you know? That'd be nice.
Go to Dubai?
We could go to Dubai. I don't think you're allowed at the moment.
Oh yeah, you're probably not. Yeah, well, if it's safe to do so, I would consider it.
Yeah, because I remember me and Thomas found a really, really nice thing while searching just random crap, and it's £267 each for a week.
They're cheap.
Have a look at that. I'll send you a link to it. It looks very nice. You get everything in there. It's all yours.
I'd love to do it, but it's just got to be safe to do so.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think as much as I really want to, like, I've got a massive urge to travel. I really want to go places. And, like, even now, even though there's still restrictions and all that, I still want to go, but I know I shouldn't and I won't.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's hard to have that clash in my head because, like, in my head, things should be normal. And I should be able to go on holiday when I feel like it. But I know that I shouldn't. So and I also wouldn't want to. But anyway,
I get that.
it would be a mistake if I went. And talking of mistakes, I fucked up last week, didn't I, Kai?
You did, you bad boy. Making it sound like me and Sherry are talking to each other.
And then just having spots of silence and replying to nothing.
Yeah. How dare
So
you.
weird.
Making all of the audience think, oh, what's wrong with my earphones?
That was lucky though, because I listened to it and it's normal. It sounded normal on Audition, because I use Audition to put these together because it's more specifically focused on audio editing. And it sounds normal, but the problem was, because I plugged in the Oculus Rift, it changed my sound profile because it has the built-in Oculus Rift headphones and the built-in Oculus Rift microphone. So when I opened up the project file, I was like, oh, your audio devices have changed. Do you want to correct them? So I was like, yeah, I will correct them. So I set it to all the things that would work. Me sticking in my microphone as the input and me sticking in my headphones as the output. But if you stick in your headphones as the output, that's not considered the master output.
Stupid.
So I needed to change the output back to master, and then it would be rendered with it. So I didn't know that. That's the first ever time I've had that issue. But it sounded normal to me because I could hear it, no problem. But no, when I rendered it, I uploaded it, and then I got a tweet saying, is it just me, or can I not hear Fraser? And I was like, what? And I listened, and I was like, fuck.
Stupid.
But I've learned my mistake. I now know
and
for
you're
the
going to do
future.
it again this week.
It's so easy to do, mind.
Yeah.
It's such an easy thing to do. And even though I know it now, I probably will at one point just glance over it. But
yeah,
to
you're gonna do it now.
To go 45 episodes without making a major mistake like that, that's not too bad.
Aye, you did well.
So that was my mistake. And for those of you that did tweet me, thank you. Because I would have just left it there. And you would have all been confused. You don't even listen to them, Kai.
I listen.
When we're recording them, yes.
Yeah. See? Tell me I don't listen. Pfft. By the way, really curious, what the fuck does that mean? Why does ha make hot but who make cold?
Right. Put your hand over your mouth. Ready? With a little bit of gap. And go... It's hot, right? And now go... Why is it cold?
It's not, it's still hot.
It's cold.
It's both hot for me.
You go... It's warm. You go... And it's colder.
Because one's using your stomach. And one is using your lungs.
That doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
They're both using your lungs.
No.
What? It's air intake and exhalation.
No.
Which is your lungs.
No, one's using your stomach.
You don't breathe from your stomach, Kai.
One is using your stomach. One is using your lungs.
Exactly, lungs.
Yeah, one is using your lungs, one is using your stomach.
Do you breathe from your stomach or chest? Proper breathing starts in the nose and then moves to your stomach.
See?
As the diaphragm contracts, the belly expands and your lungs feel... Oh yeah, the belly, that makes sense.
It's like singing, you know?
Alright, why does ha make hot, but who make cold? That's actually a Google result. Ha, you open the mouth wide, let it open a slow stream of air at body temperature. That makes it hot. Who, the fast speed of air, you... Oh, this English is fucked up.
One come from stomach, one come from lung.
Nah. So it's speed.
Nope.
It's speed.
Nope. One
ha
come from
is slow
stomach,
stream of air.
One
and
come
who
from
is
lung.
faster speed of
one
air.
One come from stomach, one from lung.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think I proved him wrong there. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yep. You're welcome.
Thanks for that,
welcome. Kai. I knew you needed to know, so I just wanted to tell you, you know?
I feel more knowledgeable.
You're welcome.
Dr. Kai.
No.
Yes, Dr. Professor Kai to you.
Oh, I can hear a car.
Right, okay, thank you. Thank you for that contribution.
It's alright. I just suddenly heard bump. It's like a car.
Sounds like a car crash.
No, it's a van actually. Sorry, I was very wrong. You're welcome.
Oh, dear.
Sure, everyone wants to know that.
Stomach and lungs.
Yeah, stomach and lungs. One's a car, one's a van.
Anyway, there's this app that's been released recently, Kai, called Neverspoons.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which is an app which basically suggests all local pubs in the area except Wetherspoons.
It's a good little app, to be fair.
And the reason why it's been made is because people are going to boycott Wetherspoons because of how they've treated their staff during the pandemic. They've received tens of millions of fundraising and support, but yet I don't think anything was passed on to their staff.
No, I think it was all passed on to their restaurants, like for general like upkeep bills and whatnot.
I think he just said, yeah, he's not going to pay his staff at all, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I remember that being said a good 4 months ago.
Basically, the guy's a really controversial guy. The person that owns Wetherspoons, I can't remember his name, but I think it's like Tim something. Tim Martin. There you go. I knew it was Tim. Yeah, he's been really controversial. He basically said to his staff, who probably weren't going to get paid during lockdown, to go and work at Tesco instead.
Mm-hmm.
Warning them that they could face delays over pay, which is really shit behaviour. So people are trying to start to boycott Wetherspoons now, suggesting other pubs in the area using this Neverspoons app, which, do you know what, I could probably get behind. The only time I go to Spoons is at Insomnia.
Yeah.
And obviously when we want a cheap and easy thing to go to when out and about with friends. But other than that, other than the app, there's nothing in Spoons which makes it special or more special than any other pub.
I like their chocolate brownies with ice cream.
They're good, but I
think there's a lot better things that you could go and do, to be fair.
I could easily go and do something else. So I could get behind the app, to be honest. Although it's not actually on Apple yet. It's on all Android devices, but Apple needs a little bit more approval, apparently. So, yeah, I think it's a good app. It'd be interesting to see how many people do actually boycott Wetherspoons. But, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of alternatives in Bristol for people to go to, so it'd be pretty easy for me to go and not go to Spoons.
There's a pub everywhere.
I just hate when, businessmen who are very, very clearly businessmen, anyone who owns a business who are very, very, very clearly rich and wealthy, they don't treat their staff well. I hate when they don't treat their staff well. It is very, very clear this person is well off. It is very clear that there is absolutely no problem supporting their staff. It is literally just the steering rudder, the CEO, the mindset, the person steering the entire company. It is them that's making the decision to fuck over staff.
Yeah. I think the only one downside is people that are still working there that can't really go and get another job, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're going to have a bad effect from this Neverspoons thing, but hopefully they can find something better.
That is a downside of it.
Yeah, I know, probably I'm pretty certain Wetherspoons is a fairly easy job to get. I might be wrong. Is it?
It's easier than McDonald's.
Okay, there you go. So people that can easily get it will go for it just for the sake of they'll still earn money and whatnot. I
had an old online friend that used to be an administrator on this Minecraft server I used to administrate as well, who literally got rejected from McDonald's for being overqualified.
Nice.
That's a real story. She went to university. She was looking for a place to apply her qualification. She couldn't, so in the meantime, she was looking for something else to fill in the gap while she was looking for a place to apply her qualification. She went to something criminology or some sort of forensics. I can't remember exactly. So she was looking for some place to fill the gap while she was searching for a specialised job, and she was rejected from McDonald's for being overqualified. Yep. And that's a real story. This person wouldn't make anything up, so that's mad.
Doesn't surprise me.
Whereas Wetherspoons will take anybody and everybody, provided there's a position opening.
Yeah, I think that's the one downside, really, for people that can't go and get somewhere else, you know?
This is the Wetherspoons interview process. Okay, this is a keg. This is how you put it in. Haha, tap go burr, you've got the job.
I like it when my tap goes burr. You know what, my cold tap goes hoo, but my warm tap goes ha.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What, because of the warm water coming from the stomach of the water?
Yeah. The cold one comes from the lungs.
For fuck's sake.
And with that said, everyone, make sure you don't go to Wetherspoons. I don't know, go and support some other like smaller businesses and stuff. Pubs have had it quite hard.
I think that is super important, especially now.
Self-employed places have had it really hard as well, because they've not been supported that well during this, like whole pandemic. So go support your local places, because I think it'd be really sad if a bunch of places closed for the sake of not being able to pay anything. You know,
well, and places are as well.
Exactly. I mean,
even
airline companies are like closing a bunch of stuff, aren't they?
There's a few popular ones in Bristol that are closing down because, well, some were able to secure grants, but they couldn't operate even during lockdown conditions, like maybe just delivery only, couldn't operate properly.
Yep.
I think even like, even big chains as well, like Pret in Bristol is apparently threatening to close down because they might not have the money to run it anymore.
Yep.
So, yeah, you've just got to make sure that you're supporting as much as you can.
Support your local businesses and stuff, and anyone there, because
exactly.
I mean, obviously, if you can't afford it, don't do it, because your own money is more important, I guess, for yourself.
But if you are going to shop, try to shop local.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really to shop for here unless you want to go to the pub. So
yeah,
if you where I live, go and. Who make ha hoo ha? I don't know what I was saying. Never mind.
We're basically not saying definitely boycott this, because sometimes you just don't have an option. Like in the NEC, Spoons is the only pub, so you have to go to Spoons. But like if there is another option,
give it a shot.
Sometimes it's better. And you know what? Even before this whole boycott thing was coming around, I was trying to shop at other places and go to other places, because there are much better places. There's this really, 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 really fantastic local pub that isn't under Spoons, which makes the most incredible roast dinner that I've ever tried. And I love going there for the roast dinners. And it's so cheap. I think it was like $8.95 for singular meat, but you know, multiple slices of that meat, or $9.95 for mixed meat, so like beef, turkey, chicken, and pork. Having that all with your roast dinner.
Nice.
And oh my god, it's the best roast dinner.
There is a really good one down here
dinner
as well. It's on the seafront. We'll have to go to that when you guys are next down. They have like so much good stuff. I've only been there once, and that wasn't even with my family. I'm not really one to go out that often.
Is that the one we've walked past before?
No, it's much further up. But actually, there is a really good one on the beach that my friends work at, so that could be a good one.
Right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go whenever we can.
Alright, see you tomorrow.
Alright, you picking me up?
Yeah.
Alright.
I can't tomorrow.
That's the only problem with me at the moment. I just need to be taxied everywhere.
Yeah. To be fair, I have got a week off, I think, near the end of the month, because I did hear that Jack might be doing something for a week at the end of the month, so I might have a week at the end of the month to do some random stuff.
But we'll keep that on the download for the podcast only.
Yeah.
And with that being said, that is the end of the episode for this week. Thank you all so much for listening to episode 47 of... Kai, do you know what's coming up?
Doggy doggy yum yum?
Not quite.
Oh. Yeah, I don't care then.
Right then.
So, go on.
We are very close to our 1 year anniversary of Help I'm Stuck in a Podcast.
Doggy doggy yum yum, I knew it!
This is episode 47.
Yeah.
We've got episode 48 on the 22nd. We've got episode 49 on the 29th. We've got episode 50 on 5th of August. Episode 51 on the 12th of August. And episode 52 on the 19th of August. When our 1 year anniversary officially is on the 21st of August. Because that was when episode 1 went out. 21st of August 2019.
Was it?
Obviously we did miss a week as well.
How does that work then?
Because of the crash.
Fake. No. I mean, how are we? If we didn't miss that week, we would have been episode 52. Would have been the 12th.
Yeah, episode 53 would have marked the official 1 year because that would have landed on the exact same week.
So are there 53 weeks in this year?
No, there's 52 because the 52nd episode would have aired the week before the 53rd
and the next week would have been one again. I see.
Exactly.
I got it.
But instead, episode 52 is actually on the 1 year anniversary, which, in my opinion, is probably better, to be honest, because when we do the 1 year anniversary episode, it is the 1 year anniversary week.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we are coming up to our 1 year anniversary. So if you have any ideas for what we should do for our 1 year anniversary special, if it is going to be special, let us know. What is your idea?
We get 10 boxes of doggy yum yum. And we give it to the dogs, and that is the episode.
How are people going to see that?
They listen. ASMR.
ASMR dog licking ice cream.
Compilation.
Ugh.
We'll get a video of it too, you know?
If you have any ideas, tweet us at Stuck in a Podcast.
What's wrong with mine?
As well as following us on at Stuck in a Podcast and following us on our personal Twitters at Kai Ross-Bests and at FraserIRL.
Irl.
Fraser in real life. Anyway, thanks for listening and support local businesses, bitch.
Doggy yum yum, bitch.